Section 31 proved why Star Trek Discovery's Burnham is so crucial to Michelle Yeoh's Georgiou. From the moment Michael Burnham appeared on Star Trek Discovery, it was clear she was more than just a Starfleet officer with a complicated past. She was a narrative catalyst. But it wasn't until her interactions with Captain Philippa Georgiou, particularly in the twisted corridors of Section 31, that Burnham's true narrative gravity became undeniable. In these tense, morally ambiguous spaces, Burnham isn't just a character. She is the key lens through which we understand the many dimensions of Michelle Yeoh's Georgiou. Section 31, with its clandestine machinations and morally gray operations, is the perfect stage for this dynamic. For the uninitiated, Section 31 is Starfleet's shadowy intelligence agency, a place where the rules of Starfleet can be bent or broken without oversight. Introducing Burnham into this environment might have seemed like a recipe for narrative chaos. Yet, the writers wisely leveraged her moral intelligence, her curiosity, and her willingness to challenge authority to illuminate facets of Georgiou that would otherwise remain obscured. Georgiou, as portrayed by Michelle Yeoh, is a paradox, a Starfleet captain with impeccable skill and composure, yet capable of terrifying ruthlessness when circumstances demand it. Yeoh's performance is nuanced, often hiding fierce ambition behind a calm, diplomatic exterior. Burnham's presence acts like a prism, refracting Georgiou's complexity in ways that make her more human, more relatable, and at times, more vulnerable. Without Burnham as a counterbalance, Georgiou risks becoming a distant, untouchable figure, a brilliant strategist whose moral compass is inscrutable. Burnham, however, asks the questions Georgiou cannot avoid, about loyalty, ethics, and the human cost of power. One of the most striking moments that underscores this dynamic occurs when Burnham finds herself embroiled in a Section 31 operation that tests her principles against her loyalty to Starfleet. Georgiou, operating from a place of strategic necessity, pushes Burnham to confront her own limits. In these sequences, Burnham is not merely a witness to Georgiou's ruthlessness. She is the emotional fulcrum. Each choice Georgiou makes is reflected in Burnham's reaction, revealing layers of compassion, pragmatism, and sometimes doubt. The brilliance of this storytelling is that Georgiou's moral ambiguity doesn't diminish her. Burnham's presence enhances it, giving the audience a way to navigate the murky ethical waters. Furthermore, Burnham's role is essential in highlighting the duality of Georgiou's identity. The mirror universe version of Georgiou has always been a fan favorite because of her unpredictability and intensity. But when juxtaposed against Burnham in Section 31's morally complex operations, the Prime Universe Georgiou gains depth beyond mere competence. Burnham's insistence on questioning orders, combined with her occasional defiance, forces Georgiou into a space where leadership and conscience collide. Through Burnham, we see Georgiou wrestle with the tension between duty and ethics, a struggle that Michelle Yeoh plays with subtle grace. Burnham's influence acts almost as a mirror in itself, reflecting Georgiou's strengths and weaknesses simultaneously. The dynamic also underscores one of Discovery's central themes, the necessity of moral reflection in leadership. In the chaotic environment of Section 31, Georgiou could easily have been portrayed as a cold, calculating operator. Yet, Burnham's moral grounding, her insistence on integrity and ethical deliberation, prevents that simplification. The tension between Burnham's ethical clarity and Georgiou's strategic ruthlessness elevates every scene they share. It is not merely about who is right or wrong. It is about how power can be wielded responsibly, and what it means to remain human in a system designed for secrecy and manipulation. Moreover, their relationship demonstrates how mentorship in Star Trek can transcend conventional hierarchy. Georgiou's interactions with Burnham are rarely simple commands or orders. They are conversations, challenges, and provocations. Burnham forces Georgiou to confront aspects of herself that are uncomfortable yet necessary for growth. In a show that has always celebrated moral and intellectual exploration, Burnham functions as both a catalyst and a moral sounding board, ensuring that Georgiou's brilliance is fully realized on screen. In essence, Section 31 serves as a crucible. Within its shadowy walls, Burnham's presence transforms Georgiou from a stellar but potentially one-dimensional leader into a multifaceted character capable of profound ethical introspection. The narrative power of their interactions demonstrates that even in a universe filled with advanced technology, in the complex,